What's going on, everybody? It's the Beastly Gamer here. I wanted to bring you guys a little bit of video game related news concerning Sony and Microsoft. The two, and there were three, but Nintendo is on hiatus right now playing Mario Kart 64 somewhere. I've been watching and speculating. There's been a lot of YouTubers and a lot of news outlets that have been speculating on the direction these next-gen consoles would go when it came to sales, when it came down to raw numbers. And it's been really close. I'm more of a Sony guy. It's pretty obvious when you watch my videos. I'm more into Sony than I am the Xbox One. And it obviously shows with a majority of Americans and people around the world. They feel more sympathetic to my thought process than they do the Xbox One because more PS4s are being sold. It's really a no-brainer. I've said this before. It's better hardware. It's a more sleek design. It's outperforming its competition. Is less expensive, blah blah blaggity blah. The cross-play games, the games that are actually multi-platform, always perform better on the PS4. It's just every reason imaginable, really, that the PS4 would be outselling the Xbox One. But the fact that the Xbox One is selling and was selling the way that it sold during the holiday really speaks highly of the Xbox. Well, it speaks highly of a few facets. It speaks highly of the Xbox fan base. The Xbox 360 has the biggest video game console fan, one of the biggest console fan bases when it comes to online. Now, the Xbox 360 and the PS3 sold roughly the same amount of consoles, hardware-wise, during their lifespan. But Xbox Live fans have, they dug down deep and they have love for the Xbox Live because it means a lot to them. It's a different kind of experience. It has been playing the Xbox Live versus the PlayStation Network. Now, that's changing. So we'll see what happens this console generation. But I digress. I want to get back to the point of this video. The sales numbers of these two next-gen consoles are becoming more self-evident. And companies like the NPD Group, the company that keeps tabs and keeps documentation on what's going on with the sales numbers and the hardware sales and the software sales, is starting to open their mouth and reveal the truth of what's going on with these two consoles. Now it's really a no-brainer that the PS4 was going to outsell the Xbox One, at least until the Xbox One did a price drop. Now I do think that a price drop before E3 of this year would increase Xbox One sales dramatically, but I think it would have been much smarter for Microsoft to release the Xbox One at $400 with its competition versus giving themselves a severe handicap and releasing it at $500 with this Brontosaurus leg called the Kinect 2.0 in the box. Now, I want to talk to you guys about the sales and what's going on and what went on in January between the two. This article is going to be on TheVerge.com, and there will be a link in the description for you guys to go down and check out for yourself. PlayStation 4 dominates Xbox One in January with nearly double the US sales. That's right, guys. Nearly 2-to-1 PlayStation 4 favored over the Xbox One in January. The PlayStation 4 outsold the Xbox One in the US last month. According to the retail sales data tracked by NPD, Sony says that the PlayStation 4 was the top-selling console for January and remains in first place worldwide. They even beat the Nintendo 3DS in sales for January, but hasn't revealed the actual number of moved units. Now, that's what I'm excited to see. I want to know what they sold in January, because last we heard was in December they had moved 4.2 million units. I want to know where they're at now. Journalist Geoff Keighley, who spoke to PlayStation SVP Guy Longworth earlier, reported that Sony had sold nearly twice as many PlayStation 4 consoles as its nearest next-gen competitor. They're talking about the Wii U. Just kidding. Assumed to be the Xbox One. And PlayStation Marketing Vice President John Kohler confirmed the reports to the official PlayStation blog. I quote, "Since we launched on November 15th, we've sold every PlayStation 4 available in the US," he said. Every single PS4 that has been available in the country has been moved. That is unheard of. It speaks volumes about the console itself, the power behind it, the fans, the video gamers, people who want a console that's about the games. I'm going to probably get a few trolls in this video. A few guys say, you're just a Sony fan, blah, blah, blah. It speaks for itself. Everybody in China is not wrong about rice, okay? If you sit down in a group of critically thinking people and you don't name a console and you say, okay, look, I got two here. There's one that's $100 cheaper than the other. The one that's $100 cheaper than the other has better hardware and more powerful CPU, GPU. It has faster RAM, a generation faster in RAM. It's half the size of the other one, and it does not include a Kinect, or it does not include a camera. And every single cross-platform game or multi-plat game that comes out on these two consoles is going to perform better on the $100 cheaper console that has better specs, either by having better resolution or better frame rate. And you don't name which one it is, every single person in that fucking room is going to say, I want the cheaper one that outperforms the other one, that's smaller than the other one, that every game looks better and plays better on. So all you guys who say, I'm a Sony fan, kiss my ass, okay? Real talk. I'm getting sick of the foolishness. You can't convince someone to be retarded, I'm sorry, or remedial. You cannot convince me to be a fool. Whether it was a Sony console, a Nintendo console, or a Microsoft console, Sony happened to be the one that was out of those two, which is the better overall experience. So for you guys who say, well, you know, hating on me because I'm telling the truth, I really don't care. I mean, I don't see how a person can critically think and still say the kind of thing the things these Xbox guys still say to me. It's mind-boggling to me. The story continues. Microsoft isn't revealing its hardware numbers for the month either, instead choosing to focus on its software performance with a 2.7 million sold in games. The company captured 47% of the market share in retail in the US, though it wouldn't divulge the breakdown between the Xbox One and the 360 titles. Out of that 47%, I'm willing to wager that at least 32% of it was on 360. Okay, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition sold twice as many copies on the PS4, according to Sony. NPD software data is less reliable than hardware, however, as it doesn't include digital sales. January is a notable point of comparison because it marks the first non-holiday shopping month where both the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 were on sale at the same time for the same amount of time. Last month, the Xbox One took the top spot with an impressive 908,000 systems sold in the US. Given that the PS4 has suffered issues with supply constraint, while the Xbox One is now easily enough to find at retail, it seems that $100 price difference between the two consoles is starting to have an effect. Both manufacturers can expect sales bumps in the coming months. Next week sees the PlayStation 4's release in Sony's home market of Japan, and the highly anticipated Titanfall comes out on March 11th. That's going to be a big deal. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. Titanfall, I made a video about it. If you don't know, check it out. Some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it. That's just the truth about it. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. I mean, the game looks pretty good, but with these non-player characters, these bots, I think that's going to be something that breaks the experience, just period, point blank, for me. Being a person who relies totally on, in a first-person shooter online game, killing non-player characters does not feel the same as killing an actual human being and talking smack. You guys let me know what you think about this. PS4 taking over the world. Japan coming out, it's going to be a big deal. Sony is working Microsoft, and I think it's, for me anyway, it's kind of funny to see. You guys leave a comment, let me know how you feel about it. I am the Beastly Gamer, and I'll see you guys next time.